Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you guys for tuning in tonight. We got a wonderful live schedule for us tonight. We got a bunch of information, hometown information. The hometown hero is going to be on here. I'm honored to have him on here. It's my pleasure. I'll introduce him here in a moment. Got to put some housekeeping rules out there. Okay, some of you, if it's your first time on the live, do understand this is an interactive live. So keep your comments coming. Make sure you get the likes up. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. But keep the comments coming in. Okay. Understand that there's about a 5 to 10-second delay from the time that you post something until the time that we see it. So we may actually be on to another part of the conversation, but we will acknowledge it, and we'll definitely acknowledge it during the replay. All right. If you're looking for a shout out, make sure you put your name and where you're from in the comment section as well, and you'll get that shout out that you're looking for, because right now this is streaming on the Coach Clee Facebook page. This is on the Clark Tent Facebook page, and this is on the Coach Clee YouTube page. And if you haven't already subscribed to them, hit that like button. If you're on YouTube, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. But first and foremost, it's your motivational speaker, your empowerment coach, your author, and your favorite baker's favorite baker, Coach Clee, coming at you. I hope everybody had a good day. I hope everybody is still doing well. We're enjoying this holiday season that we're coming into. The weather's getting real nice outside. Step out and enjoy yourselves. I know you see the tab right here. It's the energy levels, and that's what I'm going to jump into. I need to know what the energy levels are. I need to know what the energy levels are like. So if you had a good day today, I need you to put a 1 in the comment section. Put a 1 in the comment section if you had a good day today. And I don't believe in bad days. I like to call them character building days, because you can learn from them. I'm sorry. I'm skipping things. Shayla got me out of order because she's looking at me funny. But yes, like I said, I don't believe in bad days. I like to call them character building days, because you can learn from them. You can grow from them. They're necessary for growth. They make you appreciate the outstanding days that much more better. So if you had a quote unquote a bad day, I need you to put a 2. Looks like a peace sign. Put a 2 in the comment section if you had a character building day. Put a 2 in the comment section, and hopefully tomorrow's a better day for you. I got some comments coming in. If you had what I had, I had an outstanding day, because I enjoy doing this. I've been looking forward to this live since the guy who's coming on here, he made a great steak, and that left a lasting impression. It was banging. And if you haven't had one before, you got to try it. But I had an outstanding day today. If you had an outstanding day like I did, I need you to put a 0 in that jumpy. Put a 0 in the comment section if you had an outstanding day. It's kind of like this is a bubble, and you're right there in the middle of that bubble. Nothing can penetrate that bubble. I see D2 Training Solutions. Damon Buxton's on. He had an outstanding day today. There we go. Lisa's on. She had a good day today. Mina and Kevin Carter's on. It looks like they had a good day. Yep, got a 1 day. Shayla's on. She had an outstanding day. Yep, the best steak she ever had. I know, it was banging. It was banging. It definitely was. Let me put my comments, see if I can get. I had an outstanding day. I'm going to put that right there. Keep the comments coming in. Get the likes up. Keep the likes coming in. Get the likes up. Get the likes up. You see it scrolling below. If you haven't already done so, make sure you check out the website, workwithclee.com. And on that website, you're going to see a bunch of wonderful things. One of those things is, first and foremost, is March 4th. It's the first book I wrote. It's a motivational empowerment book on helping you find your own breakthrough. We talk about toxic people, toxic situations. We talk about taking care of yourself. We talk about having courage. Wonderful things are in this book. It's a roadmap on helping you find your own breakthrough. All right. Jason Brown, Herb Thompson, Clarence Stokes, and myself wrote No Shade, All Light. This one right here, No Shade, All Light. It's 25 of our favorite quotes and what they mean to us. So it's over 100 quotes in this book with meaning, all right? For four guys to get together and write a book like that, this is something truly amazing. A lot of people use it for quotes, for devotionals. Wonderful things are in this book. That's also on the website. Nicola's on here. She had an outstanding day. Want to give her a shout out. Then what's really popular right now is hashtag grudge. This is the third book I wrote. This one, we talk about mistakes. We talk about holding on to grudges. We talk about holding on to anger. We talk about just toxic activity just building up. Les Brown said it best. Holding on to a grudge is like holding on to a hot piece of coal and expecting the person that you're angry with to be feeling the effects when really they don't even know that you're still mad. Sometimes you just got to let that chumpy go and start the healing process. And we talk about that in this book. All right. And last but definitely not least, the book that just came out, The Lab, which is a compilation of former guests on the show, brave souls who decided to tell their story, are in this book, a compilation, 43 chapters, 44 people, 43 chapters. That's on the website. That's on Amazon. And I do have some in stock as well. All right. But I'm going to turn things over because we're going to move on to Shayla's showcase. Shayla, you ready? She's in the back office. I don't know if she's ready or not, but get ready. Here comes Shayla's showcase. She's going to give a shout out to all of our sponsors here.
Love that he does a different intro every single time, so it catches me off guard. I was ready to speak and that video came on. But anyway, give a special shout out to our sponsors. Obviously, without our sponsors, this show would definitely not be possible. A lot of these sponsors are our former guests, so we always appreciate the support. The first one is ImageR LLC. If you're interested in work from home opportunities, make sure you check out ImageR LLC through their virtual call center. They offer home-based work solutions that empower you to think outside of the cubicle. Make sure you contact Kiana Palmer, CEO, and check out their website, imagezarllc.com. Then moving on, we have the FAR Agency. So if you're somebody who avoids applying for credit or you have late payments, collections, or charge-offs, then maybe they are the solution for you. Tiki Farr Walker with the FAR Agency. She's board certified and can assist you with restoring your credit. She can even help you get started with restoring your credit on your own. You can contact Tiki at thefaragency.com and on Instagram and Facebook at The FAR Agency, or simply give them a call for a consultation at 877-297-9707. Last but certainly not least, I can't speak today, we have Damon Buxton, owner of D2 Training Solutions. At D2 Training Solutions, they use the latest of innovating and cutting-edge technology to create a unique training experience for the end user. At D2 Training Solutions, they take boring out of training and allow for fun, interactive training that can be done at the user's pace. Contact Damon Buxton with D2 Training Solutions at d2trainingsolutionsllc.com. Of course, as always, we will have all of the contact information at the end of this live in the header so that you can reach out to these wonderful sponsors and certainly utilize some of their services. Want to make sure I give a little shout out to Jay Moore. I know I talk about this every single time, but he keeps our website up to date, make sure that we have all of our guests featured on there. Any information that we have, he makes sure he puts it out there, events, things like that. So we always appreciate all of his support. And then certainly one more person and business I want to shout out is Good Brothers Cafe and Stefan Hawkins. We appreciate their hospitality. Last Saturday, as we had a book signing for Coach Klee to highlight the lab and all of his other books and collaborations. We appreciate everybody who stopped in, but just the hospitality was great. The food is amazing. The drinks, I had a fun lemonade refresher drink. It was amazing. And I did say it was one of the best breakfast sandwiches that I've ever had. So just want to shout them out and make sure you go support that local business. And that's all I have for this week's Shayla Showcase.
Thank you. Oh, look, what's that echo? See, that's what happens. I told you. Reason I know why I did a different intro for you is because I forgot to play the video that I said I was going to play. So that's what I'm going to go to right now because I forgot that. I always forget to do so. And you don't remind me.
Hey, yo, it's DJ K, Slay the Drama King. I'm in the building with Young Ra. Name of the joint is called Inshallah. Featuring Chase. Produced by Ty J. You already know what it is. Let's go.
Oh, God. I told her be my peace. I'm already from Detroit. Shut up. Look, I told wifey not to worry, we gon' make it big. And I'ma give you all and more and take care of my kids. Lately, Lady Luck been showing up. Between her and praying, God really showed me up.
It's not fair, Flip. I've been working just as hard as Clyde.
All right, shout out to Todd Phillips, former guest on the show. That was part of his song that he produced with DJ K Slay. I got to give him his due shouts. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of this live, okay? Like I said, I'm excited to have this gentleman on the show. He's a husband. He's a father. He made a tremendous steak. He knows how to cook. He's been doing it for a while. He's also the executive director of the Camp Curtin YMCA, and there's a lot of growth that's coming. I don't want to give too many of the gems away because we're going to be discussing it during this live. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to play a video clip, and I'll bring him to the stage right now. Here's a video.
Standing here on this corner, just taking a look at these buildings.
There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, make sure you give them a warm round of applause. And you know how we do a round of applause. Give them some thumbs up. Give them some hearts. I'm bringing them to the stage. Jamie and Harvey. Jamie, how's it going today?
Hey, man, it's been a great day. I'm blessed, truly blessed, man. And, good day for me, too. I didn't chat in the comment thing. I didn't know if I was supposed to be in there or not. But, hey, man, I had a great day.
Okay, good. I'm glad you did. I know you got a lot of things on your plate. I know you just got done with one of your business meetings and you felt not robbery to come join us in this live today. And I appreciate it. Can you give us a little background about yourself and tell us who you are?
Hey, well, I'm the executive director here at the Camp Curtin YMCA. But, I like to say just a kid from Harrisburg. I'm homegrown. I grew up on 1815 Bellevue Road.
Okay.
I went to the old middle school, They don't know about the old middle school, So I went to the old middle school, then on to John Harris, where I played basketball and football. Football was my sport, though. I was fortunate enough to get a scholarship to West Virginia University. So I went and played, for the Mountaineers. It was a great experience. I tell you, man, I was just a city kid, that left the city of Harrisburg and went to the mountains where they wasn't doing nothing but shoveling coal and drinking moonshine. And I'm thinking, like, where am I at? But it honestly gave me an experience and it gave me a network, a very, diverse network. It definitely taught me how to, survive in other environments, besides just the city. So I had a great experience there. I didn't finish my career there. My coach, actually, Don Nealon, who was like a father to me, he retired. So they brought on another guy named Rich Rodriguez. I'm pretty sure you guys probably seen him in the news a couple of times. But I said, nah, this ain't for me. I had my oldest son at that time in my junior year. My oldest son, Javis Harvey, was born in West Virginia. I said, you know what? It's time for me to man up. This football stuff ain't got no milk in the bottles, So
I know what you mean. You got to feed the house.
Yeah, so I left WVU and then I went to IUP, man. Had a great career there. Ended up finishing up my bachelor's there.
Living in Pennsylvania puts outdoor lovers near Troutfield Stream.
There we go. I'm sorry about that. I don't know if that was some background noise that came in. Let me go ahead and minimize that screen. All right. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Well, like I said, I ended up getting my bachelor's at IUP and started working in alternative schools, worked at Glen Mills schools. Pretty sure folks are familiar with Glen Mills, but that was like one of my first jobs out. So spent some time working at Glen Mills. And I said, you know what? It's time to come home. So I came home. Started teaching in the Harrisburg School District. I taught physical education and health for about 5 years. During that time, I also received my master's. I got my master's from Lock Haven University at the same time. So been in a lot of places, done a lot of different things. Wanted to make some more change. So and the school districts can be tough at times. So I went out and I started my own nonprofit called Big Boys in Training.
Okay.
Big Boys in Training was, nonprofit that I started with Andre Martin, who's principal. He's a principal at Susquehanna, and also Andrew Irby. He's also, I want to say, dean of students at Stilton. So three of us got together, started the nonprofit. At this time, the city really didn't have any programs going on. So we went out and started beating on some doors and raising money. We started doing all our programs for free. So we did everything from basketball camps, football camps. We ran sports leagues. We did a variety of stuff. We had our own SAT prep classes. You name it, anything that was the need, we started doing it. And it really created a huge buzz, throughout the city. And that's kind of what landed me in this seat.
Okay. And how long have you been sitting in that seat that you're sitting in now?
Oh, man, it's been 9 years, man. Time flies, I tell you. It's been 9 years. I tell you what, One of the meetings that I was in today was about a promotion that I actually just got.
Okay.
So I'm actually going to be the first African American exec at East Shore, the downtown Y. So
Okay.
I will be the city exec for both branches and run Camp Curtin and East Shore. Both branches will be under my leadership. But again, like I said, it's the first time. If people know the history of the Y, I mean, Uptown was always the black Y, and downtown was always the white Y. I mean, that's just the history. That's what it's been. But, you know, a goal of mine was always to merge that, and I'm glad that I've been, you know, given, you know, the chance to be able to do that. I want to see both branches work together. You know, Camp Curtin will be more for social services. It'll be for the youth. East Shore will be, you know, we get our pool back in the city. Camp Curtin doesn't have a pool, you know. So East Shore will be more for the adults, you know, state workers, business class, any adults pretty much. But we're going to shift all the youth programs to Camp Curtin. So that's exciting news, man. Definitely exciting news.
Yeah, absolutely. First and foremost, I want to say congratulations on that promotion and that venture of the taking steps to merge the two, which is a huge, gigantic step in itself. I mean, you glossed over and you said it lightly, but I mean, I think that's a big ups to you and a big ups to the things that you've been doing for the city. They see you strong enough to promote you to run two. And run them very successfully and efficiently to the point where I know that your goals, you're taking steps toward your goals to becoming full fruition.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's great. I mean, honestly, it just puts more resources at our fingertips, you know, for our community. Again, we need to be getting back to doing swim classes, you know, for, you know, our community. You know, the African American population has a, you know, a high drowning rate. Most of our kids, you know, can't swim. So getting back to, you know, those programs to be able to really grow. And, you know, people honestly probably didn't see the vision at first. But when I got rid of the fitness center here, you know, I got rid of the adult programs. We needed more space for our youth, you know. So now we created an entire building that is set up, you know, for our youth. And now we have a branch that's right downtown that, you know, our adults can go to. Yeah.
Perfect. I see Tasha's on. Thank you for tuning in. Please tag, like, and share. But so let me to kind of disseminate the difference between the two. Camp Curtin, what kind of programs, what does it and will it offer for the youth?
So Camp Curtin has a STEM program. We have a STEM program for K through 5th grade. We've been running that program for about probably a little over 6 years. It's a very structured camp. When you think of camp, you know, kids going to camp, it's just like balls bouncing and, you know, they're just going on field trips and they're swimming and stuff all the time. But, you know, that's not our model. You know, education is a big part of, you know, everything that we do. So the kids have their STEM educational camp. Again, they are in their classes. From 7 to 12, and then they go into, you know, the other stuff that they do, the field trips, the swimming, and all of that. So our STEM camp for that K through 5th grade is, you know, was huge. Like I said, we have all certified teachers, you know, in that program, and then we also like to pass the kids on. So once they hit 6th grade, we just don't drop them. So we also have a leadership camp for 6th through 9th grade. So our leadership camp teaches the kids all different types of skills. And again, like myself, I'm all about, you know, exposure and showing them different things. So, for example, instead of playing, you know, basketball all the time, you know, our kids are going over to Rich Valley. You know, I want them to see, like, they're going over to Rich Valley to play golf twice a week, you know. They don't know that a lot of the, you know, largest business deals get done, you know, on the golf course, you know. But you need to be able to put kids, you know, into that environment so they learn it and understand it. Exposure is just so big across the board in regards to what we do. And like I said, I want to say, like, we're a one-stop shop for every type of kid. So we have our leadership camp kids, we have our STEM camp kids, we have our alternative programs. We have an alternative program with the county. for adjudicated youth.
Okay.
Man Up and Sisters Helping Sisters. Those kids come in, they're on probation or whatever issues that they're necessarily having. They get sent to us, for about 15 weeks. And then if they complete the program, which 99% of the kids do, they get the records expunged, restitution paid. They pretty much get a clean bill of health. So we serve probably about 60 to 65 kids a year, in that program. And, it was second chance,
Yeah,
Honestly,
yeah.
Every program that we built probably has a part of me in it, because I was one of those kids that needed that second chance, because I was a knucklehead, running around. Pretty sure people kind of remember. But so we have that, and then we have another girls program called Relate, and it's also a county program.
Okay.
We do drug and alcohol in the schools. We have soccer. We have basketball. We got flag football. You name it, we have it. We had the first virtual school to go up when the pandemic hit.
Okay.
Parents had to go to work. We pivoted quick. We had our gym set up. We had our impact room set up. We had this entire building set up 6 feet apart for these kids to come in here and get their work done, for the parents that still had to go to work, or the doctors. We had a lot of, doctors, children, doctors and nurses, a lot of frontline workers. So we put that together in 2 weeks or so. So we had over 100 and something kids in here. Tomorrow's the last day for it. Going virtual. I mean, we had to increase our internet speed. It was crazy. It ain't nothing like having 100 laptops. And then you got the staff, doing their thing. Luckily, Comcast came through and hooked us up with what they call a lift zone. So we did get that. And once we got that, things ran, a lot smoother. But we have every type of program, there is. But education is our focus. Education, social services. Again, we got a trauma program where we got a trauma hotline where you can call in, and we just try to bridge the gap. We're not trying to be every other organization, but if you're homeless and you call somewhere, and they can't get you in right away, then you call us, and then we'll put that person up, in a hotel and work with the organization to get them in the shelter that they need. I mean, rental assistance. You name it. I mean, Pampers, milk. I mean, if someone calls right now, our job is to, if we can't get it, our job is to call somebody and get it. So I have case managers that work, with that program. We also do meals. So we do meals for the community every day. Breakfast, lunch, free. No paperwork, no nothing. You just come up, you say, hey, I want 10 lunches. Okay, here's 10 lunches. I need, whatever you need, like daily. I have 2 chefs on staff who are making a tremendous amount of food, weekly. So, yeah, we got our hands in a little bit of everything.
See.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Steve Early's on. Shout out to him. He said, Jamien is my guy. He's transformed to Camp Curtin Y, and that wasn't easy. Big shout out to you.
Oh, man. Yeah, Steve. Thanks, brother. Thank you, man. I mean, those are guys that have been around me for years. They kind of know the struggle. We wasn't always here. I try to explain to my staff, man. I mean, this is blood, sweat, and tears. I mean, if you crack one of these walls open, you're going to find my blood for sure. My blood is in these walls, so yeah, shout out to Big Steve also. Thanks, Steve.
And I like what you said, because I learned this later on in life as an adult, how important the golf course is. So to establish outings and get youth out there just to be acclimated just in that environment, not even really playing or just being used to being somewhere else, and what you stepping outside your comfort zone. And I say that a lot. It's very important. So to acclimate something like that is a huge step.
Yeah, and they said, well, where do you want the kids to go golfing at? Why don't you take them on Lingelstown Road over to, I guess, the Sportsman or something like that? I said, nah, take them over to the West Shore, okay? It's called Rich Valley. It's some of the biggest houses that you'll ever see, like, in this area. And, I mean, it's a very high-end area. I said, I want them to see these things, I want them to want these things, I want them to be ready to grind. If this is what you want, maybe you don't want a big house. Maybe you don't want this environment, but at least I want them to see it. Understand how to function within it.
Right. And so as we talked about the Camp Curtin Y, what kind of services does or will the East Shore Y provide?
So the East Shore Y will provide like an array of fitness classes. We'll have several fitness classes. We're going to bring our Silver Sneakers program back for our seniors. We had a large Silver Sneaker population here at Camp Curtin that I definitely want to be able to bring them back. Again, we didn't have any pool here. Again, like now they'll be able to, have water aerobics class, the chair aerobics, pretty much all the other classes that the gyms offer. East Shore also has 86 rooming houses in it. Yeah, so we also have a residence there. But again, we're going to be looking to reshape some things. So I can't even really say what's all. I'm just saying what they got there now. But we gotta get down there and get in the lab, as you would say, and change this roadmap a little bit.
All right. Yeah, you can't give away all the pearls just yet. You gotta leave it to the imagination. So I get it. That's fine. Big shout out to Jamar Thrasher. He's on. He's saying this is great. Daryl Brown Sr. benchmarking is very important. Thank you guys for tuning in. Jason Brown's on here as well. He's saying this is outstanding live, and which it is. And we saw the YouTube video. Most of us did that were on at the beginning of this live. Can you explain and share the information from that? I know you said it's the cornerstone of the Uptown. What do you mean by that?
Hey, so, again, like I said, we got our hands in a little bit of everything, and I don't know if you guys were actually able to hear the video because my sound actually went out, but the video it's on my email and it's also on our website. It's a powerful piece, it's a lot of passion, that went into that. And again, my best ideas, like people say, like, do you work? Are you in your office to me sometimes? Because I'm always walking up and down 6th Street. So when I get, mind boggled by something, or I just want to think, I'll always walk the neighborhood. Talk to people who live in the neighborhood, talk to kids, whatever. And I just said one day, I said, man, this is ridiculous. Like all this trash. It's just a bunch of blighted properties. I mean, you got the Y all cleaned up and everything's fine. But now it's time to go outside these walls, because when you step across the street, it ain't nothing but dirt piles. I mean, at one point, it was bringing the dirt from the federal courthouse up here and dumping it. They're like, why are you dumping this in our neighborhood? You know what I mean? So I think that was probably the last straw in regards to that. So, hey, I said, you know what? We're going to build some affordable housing. And I went to my YMCA board and they looked at me and they was like, you want to build houses? Like the Y don't build houses. And I said to him, I said, you're right. The Y meets the need of the community. That's what we build. We build whatever the need is. That's what a YMCA to me is based upon, assessing the need and acting out on the need. So, like I said, we acquired those properties. I went out, raised $1.5 million in 3 months, and we get ready to build 4 affordable houses for low-income families. The houses are brand new, 4 bedrooms, 3 full bathrooms, off-street parking, fenced yards, brand new trees, all new landscaping. You can see the photos on our website also. But the project is about to be super dope. I know. Super dope, like crazy out of this world dope. It's one of the things that I'm probably going to be most proud of as, like a milestone point in my career, because it was one of those things that the Y really didn't necessarily want to do. And I pretty much told him, I said, listen, I don't need no money from the Y. We can go out, we can raise this money, $1.5 million. We're going to build some houses. They wasn't listening. They wasn't listening 2 years ago, but let me tell you, Clee, they listening now.
You make enough noise, somebody will listen.
Yeah, they listening now. Everybody's ears is wide open. It's going to be a great project for the community.
Okay.
Like, people are so excited. Any movement or anything that happens out there, people just like, what's going on? What's going on? Like, they finally doing something in our community. So that was a big piece. We're looking to use minority contractors.
Okay.
Definitely put our minority contractors to work. That's number one. Also have a workforce development program built into it for 18 to 24-year-olds. So we'll actually pay them to, learn these trades while the houses are going up on site. So after that, once the houses are up, if this is something that they really want to take to the next level, then we're going to give them scholarships to go to HAC and really start, to build their careers, So, yeah, that's the cornerstone in Uptown, man. Camp Curtin has been here since 1966, man, and has been the heart and soul of this community in some of the worst times. That's why I call us, everything is, the cornerstone. We're the rock, we're the foundation of this community, and that's who we are, the cornerstone. Yeah,
I like it. And Jason Brown says apprenticeships too. And I was about to say the same thing. I like how everything comes full circle. Again, you outside walls, you're meeting the needs. You see a blighted community, you want to take steps to start cleaning up the community. So of course you're building affordable, nice housing, everything brand new. And on top of that, you're going to have the workforce come in. You're going to teach the same kids that are going to be involved in the program are going to be help building it. Find out, how do you learn a trade? You get out there and do it. You find out this ain't for me, but I'm glad I had that opportunity. I'm gonna go over here. Or somebody's gonna be like, wow, I didn't know what this was for me. This is my thing. How can I learn more? And bam, you already got them to the next step. It's a win-win all the way.
Yeah. And people were like, how'd you pull that off with the contractors? I said, well, look, you can't get no contract with us unless you can teach our kids. So I mean, it just is what it is. But like you said, one thing just continues to build on to the other. It just continues to build on to the other, So that's important. That's key, to us. So all of those kids that are coming through our alternative programs or all the kids that are coming through the Y, we're just growing them all the way up. Like, the goal is to take our, K through 5, our youngest kids, and I want to see them at 18 and still in one of our programs. We just keep passing them on and keep passing them on, and that's the model.
Yeah, that's a huge part of planting the seed, watering, and watching it grow.
Yeah. So we're excited, man. I'm just super excited. That's why I said, I'm blessed. This is honestly, people say, well, how you come up with all of this stuff? I'm thinking like, yo, I didn't come up with this, man. Like, this is God's mission. Like, God put me here, and God put me on this mission. He lays out the plan to me very clearly every time I lay my head. And like I said, this is His work. This ain't mine. I ain't that smart.
Hey, man, but you get a lot of credit, man, and keep doing what you're doing. I see Elena Cornish is on. Thank you for tuning in. She said, great mission, assessing the needs of the community and implementing it. Yes. And Shayla, who did the Shayla Showcase, she's now off. Trades are important, which is it's true. Exposure is important. You're doing big things. I had a guy on the show a couple months ago who was discussing trades and the importance of them and how they seem to be overlooked now, especially a lot of schools don't have the vocational schools. I mean, DC Tech's out there, but I know there was vocational schools that taught trades. That seems like that's overlooked. And I know the guy who was on here, he discussed how you can go get a trade, get certified in the trade in 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, whatever the course is, come out and immediately start making $50,000 or $60,000. And in your early 20s, that's not bad to be an electrician or a plumber or HVAC or anything like that. And those jobs, he said, those jobs did not suffer during COVID.
No. And I mean, the cost of everything is up right now. I mean, in regards to building anything. But yeah, the trades piece is huge. We had a program here that a lot of people are probably familiar with called Teen Achievers. Okay, it was called Black Achievers at one time, and we changed it to Teen Achievers. Like I said, again, I like to be inclusive as possible with all populations. So that program focused specifically on college. I mean, we ran it probably for 20 years. They probably ran it for 10 years before me. And then, you know, we just started seeing the kids, like some of the kids coming back after a while, like dropping out of school and, you know, those kinds of things. And we're like, well, what happened? And they was just like, I just got there and college just really wasn't for me. But we was pumping these kids into college, like, oh, you gotta go to college, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. And, you know, as I started to talk to different contractors in the field, they said, we need workers. Like, we'll fund your programming for you to develop workers, you know, for our organization. So, like I said, we had to change it up.
Yeah.
So we did the college tour. Now we do the exposure tour. So we don't call it college tour no more, because we may go to some colleges, we may go to some trade schools, we may just go sightseeing, you know. I mean, we've done everything from send kids. We had kids. My wife took 4 or 5 kids to China a couple of years ago. I mean, they went for about 7 days. That was the experience of a lifetime for them, you know. So again, it's just about exposure. But those trades, like, we got to put those back at the forefront, because I mean, the jobs are definitely out there. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. I like that exposure. So I had a couple people who have been excited for this live to happen. They've been asking me a couple questions and all that, and wanting to know, when's the actual Cornerstone project going to start? When's the groundbreaking? When's this anticipated groundbreaking for that?
Well, the anticipated groundbreaking is in July. Okay. We're looking at July. We definitely want to finish the houses before you know, the cold weather hits. It should be about a 5 to 6 month, you know, deal. But yeah, we're going in July. Just hired a project manager, because again, I'm going to be managing a lot of different things. So when you're managing a lot of good, you know, different things, you gotta have good people, you know. And I have a great team. You know, Kathy Hall has worked with me, you know, on this project. You know, Sharon Thomas has worked with me, you know, on this project. If it wasn't for, you know, them, you know, and my board actually really believing in me, I wouldn't have been able to get this done. So, like I said, there's a lot of moving parts to this. And like I said, I have a great team that runs the branch that allows me to, you know, make all of these other moves in regards to business. And when COVID hit, I kept my team in place. You know, I kept my team in place. Everybody had jobs. You know, we was just working from home, you know, until, you know, things got better. But, you know, I kept my team in place. You can't do anything without a strong team.
Yep. We got a comment here from Daryl Brown saying trade unions can play a role in this as well.
Yeah, we got to get the trade unions definitely more involved with our community. I know they do a lot with, like, the Cumberland Valleys and you know, a lot of the suburban schools. But we definitely need to get the union involved in, you know, some inner city stuff. And they may be, I'm not aware of it, but I know for a fact that the union plucks off Cumberland Valley, Camp Hill kids, because they've even, like, come to our building and do some work at times. You know, like a McClure Mechanical would come in and they have this young kid with them. I'm thinking, like, well, what is he doing here? Well, guess what? They teaching him to fix steam traps on our building and charging us $500. You know, why are they teaching him? So they creating a workforce for themselves. We need to do the same thing. You know, you need to do the same thing for sure.
Absolutely. Let me ask you this. What gives you the motivation? Because I know sometimes this can be challenging. So I know sometimes it doesn't all look like rainbows and roses where people are coming at your back, people are talking behind your back and all this other stuff. What gives you the motivation to keep coming to work every single day and taking on new projects and having the vision and taking it step by step, day by day?
Well, if I was in my conference room right now and you could see my wall, like, I just live by 3 things. You know, God stays at the forefront, you know, but 3 words that are hung on my wall. One is grind, the other one is hustle, and the last one is execution. Because you could be grinding and you could be hustling, but that don't mean that you actually executing on the things that you really trying to get done. So those are really 3 things that, you know, that I really believe in and that I stand by. And honestly, I just always been like a really strong-willed person. Everything else negative is just background music. You know, I don't do the negative stuff. And what keeps me coming here is, I'll tell you this. We had Girls on the Run last Saturday.
Yeah, I saw a picture of you and your tutu.
Yeah, my tutu, you seen that?
Yeah.
So that's the kind of stuff that keeps me coming back. I ran with this little 12-year-old girl, and I was just telling her, and we were just talking about like how sports and how life and like all of these things are mental. I said, listen, we got to come up with a plan for how we're going to win this race. She is like, we ain't going to win. I ain't never won nothing. This is the little girl talking to you, right? So I said, I'm telling you, we're going to win this race. We're going to go slow and steady, because slow and steady wins the race. Everybody was flying around the track, burning themselves out. It's hot as I don't know what outside. And so they all burnt themselves out. So then we started our jog. You know, we started our jog and we started our run. She said, Mr. Harvey, I'm tired. I can't go no more. I said, well, guess what? Get on my back. All right, I'm going to put you on my back. We're going to win this race. You're going to win something today. All right. And I tell you what, we crossed that finish line and you know, we won that race. And a little girl looks up at me, you know, almost in tears and says, Mr. Harvey, I ain't never won nothing in my life. You know, that's right there.
Yeah.
Those kids, guess what? I don't got no problem. Yeah, I'm a man. I'll put the tutu on for my girls. You know what I mean? For my kids, I do anything for my kids, you know. So that's where my motivation, you know, my motivation lies. And then just also just again knowing that this is God's plan, you know. This is God's plan. So
by doing that, I mean, you just made a game-changing moment in her life too.
Yeah.
Just by a little bit of uncomfortness, it was something that she's never going to forget.
No. It's like, oh, you cheated. You put her on your back. Nah, I said, when times are rough and, you know, people get tired and weak, like sometimes you might need to carry someone else. So it wasn't even necessarily about me carrying her, but that's what I explained to her, you know, towards the end of the race. Like, like I carried you, now pass it on forward and carry someone else.
Pay it forward, yep.
Yeah.
And Elena Cornish also said, yep, she likes the idea of the exposure tour. Daryl Brown said, just asked, talking about the trade unions. Yep.
Okay.
And Shayla's on here. She said, if you have any youths or adults interested about learning about healthcare opportunities, let her know. Pretty sure she can make some things happen. Jamar Thrasher's absolutely. He's loving the way this is going. Yeah, man. Yeah, you've been talking about a bunch of wonderful things, and I'm learning more about you just having this conversation right here too. I know there's a ton of kids that you've been exposed to, and they've been exposed to you over the years. But let me ask a question. Let me say, if there's a kid who's never heard of you, never heard of the Y, never seen anything, and they're watching the show right now, it's a 12-year-old kid, boy or girl, behind the camera, and they're looking at you and they're like, wow, Mr. Harvey, I want to be just like you when I grow up. What kind of advice would you give them?
Hey, if you want to be just like me when you grow up, you got to be ready for those three things. You know, you got to be ready to grind, because it's just going to be a grind time. It's going to be a hustle time. And then you got to be ready to execute, you know. You definitely need to just stay out the way, you know, all that social media and stuff. Say, you know, these types of platforms are great, but, you know, social media can be the devil's playground for, you know, young kids. You know, a lot of bullying and stuff goes on in there. So just, you know, I'm not saying you ain't going to make mistakes. Hey, you make your mistakes, just learn from them. But, you know, you got to get out there and take it. Ain't nobody going to give you nothing, you know. Ain't nobody going to give you nothing. And if they giving you something, they going to want something in return. So go out there and grab it for yourself. It ain't nothing that you can't do. It ain't nothing that's going to stop you once you get that mentality. And that's a lot of, you know, what sports taught me. Sports taught me, like, when you think you ain't got no more, you got something else. You know, So you just got to be ready to grind for it, man. Like, don't let nobody tell you that you can't do what you want to do. And that's the mentality that I use, whether it's fundraising. Like, I ain't asking you for the money. This is our money for our community. Like, I'm not asking you. Like, it ain't like, we begging. No, this money needs to come to Camp Curtin Y. It needs to come to our community. So.
Exactly. I like that. It reminds me of something my grandfather told me when I was younger too. He always said, no one's coming to save you. No one's coming to save you. You think that someone's going to come save you for this moment, for this situation, for that. No one's coming. You got to figure it out yourself. You got to solve your own problems. Basically, you got to be on the grind yourself and go ahead and get what that quality of life that you're looking for, that occupation, that position in sports, whatever level you are in life, whatever age you are in life.
Mm-hmm.
Coming to save you. You got to go do it. You got to go get it yourself.
Yes, sir. That's what it's all about. Yeah, that's what it's all about. I got 3 boys. A stepdaughter, my 3 boys, they my oldest plays at JMU. He got a full ride for basketball, James Madison. My middle son, 4.0 student, highly recruited football player right now. He got an offer to Arizona State already.
Okay.
Coaches are beating down my door. He's probably, he plays linebacker. So then I got my youngest son. My youngest son, it's funny how your kids transition. Because my youngest son is just like me. He's not in the sports. He wants to, start his own business. He loves being here while I'm running the Y, so he got a grass cutting business. He got a website where he's selling shirts that he's not even making. He's selling the shirts somehow on some websites. Like, look, this, Dad, I made $50, so yeah, so I got a great group. My stepdaughter, she goes to Westchester University. She's been a blessing. My wife has definitely been a blessing. I got a great support system. Parents are still alive. Mom and Dad, love y'all. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them. And like I said, I just got a bunch of people that that just surround me, man. And my wife. My wife being the number one, because she got to put up with me. I'm coming home at 8:00 tonight. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to get all these things done, man. But yeah, I appreciate all of them,
though. And like you said, having a great support system is key. Let me ask you: has there been a time in your life, or was there a story, or a person, or a support system, or just something that your life was going one way, it was going this path, and then that story, that book you read, that person came in and changed the direction of your life? It went either that way or this way because of that moment. Is there anything significant that you can share with us that you would like to discuss?
Oh yeah, for sure. I tell you what, everybody probably knows him, but his name is Bill Owens. He's actually the father of Billy Owens and, out of Carlisle. So Bill Sr. was my defensive coordinator at Harrisburg High School. And like I said, I was pretty talented. So I played varsity as a freshman. Actually played in the game, got good playing time and, all of that. And I was, pretty successful. But we got into it one time in practice, and I got a little disrespectful, with him, and he benched me for the rest of the year. Like I didn't play another snap, play a snap, and I was probably better than the juniors and seniors that they had. I mean, he benched me the entire year. Scouts was asking like why I wasn't playing, and people were saying I was a behavior issue and I was disrespectful, and that was just a rough time for me. And so I came back the next year, and it was time for camp. And he came up to me. He said, "You ready to play now? Because if you're ready to play, you better do everything that I tell you to do, and you better not have nothing to say." I said, cool. That was a life lesson learned. I'm gonna tell you that right now. That was a hard time for me, but it was a turning point. I needed that. I was young, upcoming star. Another coach could have just played me and just let me be, disrespectful or whatever else. But nah, he nipped that in the bud fast.
Yeah.
No, that was definitely a huge turning point, in my life. Even in my bios, I talk about him in my bio a little bit. He was a game changer for me. So Yep.
Okay. All right. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. And I see Nicola Overton had this comment here for Shayla about she'd love to connect. Welcome guest speakers. Give her a call. Want to get that out there as well. But yeah, so we had a wonderful live here, and we get a bunch of wonderful information, very energetic. Right now, like I'd like to do with anyone through the course of conversation, either I may have forgot some questions, or your memory may have been jogged, and there may be something else that you'd like to get out there to the universe. Right now, I'm going to turn the platform over to you. Is there anything that you'd like to say or share with us? Right now, the floor is yours.
Hey, well, Nicola Overton is my development director here at the Camp Curtin YMCA. She's doing a good job, so shout out to Nicola. But like I said, man, hey, I just have a great support system. I just want to thank my wife for continuing to put up with me. Thank my family who continues to support me. Thank my staff here at the Camp Curtin YMCA. Thank my board members. Hey, Clee, appreciate you, man. Thanks for having me on the show. I'm going to have to drop you another one of them steaks. You just let me know when you're ready. Yeah, I do cook a little bit too. That's something else. But like I said, I keep my hands in everything. I'm just proud to be, from this community. Proud to say I, graduated from Harrisburg High. Proud to say that I grew up on the Allison Hill, 1815 Bellevue Road, right across from Edison Village, 20 years, Hey, just end with just a kid from Harrisburg. Who would have ever thought?
Oh, thank you. Thank you for the shout out. Absolutely. And I will take you up on that offer for the steak. Yes, but definitely. I appreciate you making yourself available for the live also. But real quick, I'm going to jump to stay right there. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to jump to the got to give a shout out to future. There we go. I was trying to get that to work. It wasn't working before the show. Something's going on in the back office with this StreamYard. So hopefully it'll be rectified. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you guys for tuning in. Before you guys log off, stay tuned. Make sure you guys check out the website. Make sure you guys check out his YouTube video. Apparently the sound system wasn't working correctly, but I do these shows because I put on. And I say that to say this: if you've got a business, a product, or a positive message that you're looking for a platform to get that information out on, let me know. Let me know how I can help. Well, inbox me, text me, get a hold of me. I'll schedule you a date and time to bring you in the lab. We'll tell everyone to get their pen and their pad, and we'll have some fun, and we'll get that information out there. Again, if you've got a business, a product, or positive message, let me know. We're going to be revamping the show this July, but we're going to still be continuing on at this. So those of you, there's a lot of people who reach out to me and say, I've been wanting to reach out to you for a couple months. Don't be scared. I'm not going to bite your neck off. I'm not going to bite your head off. None of that. Let's get that information out there. We got to grow. We grow together. We build a community together. And that's what I'm trying to do. So reach out to me. Let me know. I want everyone to evolve so hard, and I want everyone to forge their own paths. I'm going to bring Jamien back up here on the live real quick. Jamien, thank you for being on here. You've been a wonderful guest. I love your vision. Congratulations on your promotion. I can't wait to see the community just double and triple, and with all this positive energy that you're putting out there.
Hey, Clee, thanks again for having me, brother. Thanks again.
Absolutely. I got it for being a guest on the show. I got a gift for you. I'll make sure I get it to you. You donate your time. I donate my appreciation. So I'll make sure I get that to you. I got a special guest coming in the lab next week. You have any idea who it is?
I can't say.
Nah, you're at a loss for words. You know what that means then, right? You got to tune in and see.
Yeah, I got you. Hey, and the YMCA will be a sponsor going forward.
Oh, perfect. I like that. I like that. Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to all of that. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure if you have any questions, keep putting them in the replay. I see one's in here. I don't want to miss anybody while we're live. He said he's proud of you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Daryl Brown. We appreciate it. Thank you guys for tuning in. It's your motivational speaker, your empowerment coach, your author, and your favorite baker's favorite baker, Coach Clee, coming at you. I want everyone to remain safe. I want everyone to wash your hands. Have a good summer. Have a good holiday weekend. All right, it's Coach Clee coming at you. Peace.